What's up, good people? Well, for those subscribers, you know I had to touch on this, and it's with Tim Walz, or however you say his name. Stolen Valor is what I call him. Fake Command Sergeant Major, fake warrior, liar in chief. There's a lot of other things I could say about him, but I'm gonna play this video first, and then I'm gonna touch on some things. Let's hear him talk first, and then I will explain to you why I said what I said. Here we go.
Hope woke up like many of you did 5 weeks ago and Dad said, Dad, you're the only person I know who's in elected office. You need to stop what's happening with this. I'll take my kick in the butt for the NRA. I spent 25 years in the Army and I hunt. And I gave the money back. And I'll tell you what I have been doing. I've been voting for common sense legislation that protects the Second Amendment, but we can do background checks. We can do CDC research. We can make sure we don't have reciprocal carry among states. And we can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at. We won't do it by dividing us. We will doing it by bringing in.
That first part, weapons of war that he carried. That is a lie. I served in the military too. I am a veteran and I am also a combat veteran. I've deployed to those countries he claimed to have been a few times. Iraq, I went 3. Afghanistan, 1. Kosovo, which was technically not a war zone, it was a peacekeeping mission, but I've been there. He said he deployed while he was stationed out of Italy. Italy wasn't ever a combat zone, only during the World War. So I'm pretty sure he's not a World War veteran. If he was, then yes, I could say that by him saying that he was in Italy. But he was stationed in Italy. So how is that a deployment? The guy is full of it. Anyway, weapons of war that he is referring to is the AR-15, which for some reason every Democrat and some Republicans are scared of. Let me explain something to you. AR-15 it looks like a M4 or an M16. So maybe he made a mistake and said that the AR-15 looks like a weapon that he held in so-called war that he been to. Yes, they do look like a M4 and they look like the M16. I'm talking about the AR-15. Yes, they look like it, but they're not. The caliber is different. The ranges are somewhat different. And like I said, I've been to 4 actual combat zones and I've never carried an AR-15. No one has. No military has. No Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marine has carried an AR-15. We carried M16s, A1s or A2s, or M4s, or 203s, or 50 cals, or something like that. Those are weapons of war. The AR-15 that he's talking about, he's full of shit. That man wants to take your guns and he's lying about everything that he's talking about. I'm going to let him finish. And then I'm going to touch again.
And responsible gun owners from the side to make this happen. Give me the opportunity to earn your endorsement. We will make these things happen in Minnesota and make sure that this state continues its long progressive tradition. Thanks for having me. Hope woke up like many of you did 5 weeks ago and Dad said, Dad, you're the only.
I want to play that again. I'm going to leave the link below. You can check it out for yourself. But this pisses me off in a whole lot of ways, because I actually did what this man claimed he has done. And it upsets me. there have been men and women that have actually died doing what he's claimed to have done. So what does that mean to them? They're not here, so they're not going to hear it. It's not going to bother them. But what about their family members that lost those men and women in combat zones that he said he claims he have been? Where's his proof? Where's his documentation? Why isn't anybody asking those questions? Where's your DD 214 proving that you retired as a command sergeant major? Nobody wants to ask those questions. Why not? Ask him these questions. If there is anybody that is subscribed to this channel or that is watching this channel right now, that's watching this video, if you live in Minnesota, go and ask him these questions. Where's your documentation proving that you went to these combat zones in actual Afghanistan, Iraq? Where's your DD 214? DD 214 has his proof. If he did retire as a command sergeant major, it would be in those documents. Ask him where they're at. Ask him to prove it. Don't just listen to what these people talking about, because some of you that they are talking to, y'all don't know too much about the military. You don't know the documentations, the forms we have to fill out, and all this other stuff. So they're counting, people like him are counting on that so they can lie to you. And not saying that y'all stupid, you're not. As far as ignorance, yes. Ignorance is not a bad word. It's not knowing. You don't know, and they know that. So he's going to tell you lies that he's been telling over and over and over again. Again, if there's anyone here that's watching this and you are from Minnesota, ask him about his DD 214 proving that he retired as a command sergeant major. Also, on that DD 214, it'll tell a whole lot. It'll also tell where he deployed to and how long he was there and what unit. There's a lot more information on the DD 214 that I don't want to put out here because that's a little too much information. But ask him. One simple form. Ask him where his DD 214 is at. Ask him to prove everything that he's talking about. People, I'm going to end it with this. Him and Harris are liars. If y'all vote for them, you are going to put liars in charge of America. These people are not for us. They do not like the United States Constitution that most men and women, some have died for, and a lot have fought for. They don't believe in it. They say certain things like, well, I'm a hunter and I hunted before, and so why can't we carry our guns and hunt with? What's the problem with that? Because the last time I checked, the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. And that's what y'all are doing. All right, people. Again, I'm going to say this the last time. If you are from Minnesota, ask him about his DD 214 and see what he says. All right, people. Until then, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and stay true to the red, white, and blue. Peace.